Hi everyone, Anthony again from the Anthony R.R. Mills Show. Here's my homepage, and as you can see, I've done a lot of videos in the past on the topic of Scientology. Anyway, let's take a look at some of my recent polls, and it's under the community tab. They really probably should put it under a poll tab number, but anyway. Here's the one for the presidential elections. And I've tried to get people to go to this. I've only gotten 10 votes. I get a lot less views now that my channel has lost monetization. I need to reapply for that. I'm not quite sure exactly what tripped it up, but I was only making $6 a month at the time, so it wasn't a big hit to me. Anyway, 50% of the people voted for Harris, 50% for Donald Trump in that. It's still open. Go ahead and vote. Nobody in this one voted for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or Cornel West. Both of these gentlemen are still on many ballots, including Oregon, where I live. Here's one about ex-Scientology people and tax-exempt status. And you can take a look at that on your own. Here's one I put up after O.J. Simpson died. I was refreshed to see in the end, out of 111 votes, that a good majority of the people now realize that he's guilty of the murder. And some people say he was innocent, and some people don't know. Here's another one. I got 69 votes. This is from 7 months ago. This is back when Joe Biden was running. And among my viewers, 41% were for Biden at the time, 29% for Trump, 26% for Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and 4% for Cornel West. Here's one about RFK Jr., asking why people thought that he was relevant. If he was somebody that didn't have the Kennedy name, would anybody pay attention to him? 27% of the people thought that he had accomplishments that made him a credible candidate. 62% said no, he's only a candidate because he's a Kennedy. And then a couple people didn't know or had other comments. Here's one that I've thought about for a long time. So it posted a while back, 66 votes. This is a made-up SAT question that I created. So the bridge on the River Kwai is to the Planet of the Apes, as The Spy Who Loved Me is to what? And the options are, and these are 1960s movies, or perhaps early 70s movies: My Fair Lady, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Willy Wonka, and The Boys from Brazil. So what's the answer to this? It's actually Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And the reason for that is the book, The Bridge on the River Kwai and the Planet of the Apes, was written by the same man, Pierre Boulle. The Spy Who Loved Me was written by Ian Fleming, who of course wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, his most famous non-James Bond book. D.H. Lawrence was an English novelist known for such novels as Sons and Lovers, The Rainbow, Women in Love, and of course Lady Chatterley's Lover. His wife Frida was a distant cousin of what famous person? Many people thought it was James Joyce. Wrong. Ian Fleming, creator of James Bond. No, but also a good guess. Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, got 18%. And George Orwell won with 38%. But of course, her last name was Richthofen. She was a distant relative of the Red Baron. The following picture is a youngish man whose name later would be associated with totalitarianism. Who was he? Certainly looks like it could be Adolf Hitler, but only 8% voted for Hitler. Does kind of look like what a young Augusto Pinochet might look like. 68% voted for George Orwell. And Sir Oswald Mosley was the British Union of Fascist leader during World War II. He was a baronet, so he wasn't knighted, but has served because he was a hereditary baronet, and was imprisoned during the war. But actually, that's George Orwell with his kind of Hitler mustache before Hitler became famous. So I'm going to stop there. It continues on with other ones that you could check out on the Zodiac Killer, G. Gordon Liddy, and other ones. So check out those. Check out my other videos. I do a lot of things on personal finance, and I try to avoid political subjects. That just turns off people. But from time to time, I'll do that. And I did list or upload my prediction on today's election. So check that out. Thank you so much.